So have you heard of the ARC?
Yes.
Do you know what it stands for?
No.
Do you know what the acronym ARC stands for?
No.
Do you have any idea what it stands for? No.
To me it sounds like Noah's Ark, something related to that.
It's an Asian, Resource Center, is that right?
If you have, do you know what it stands for?
Asian American Resource Center. Oh, I didn't know that.
Do you know what the acronym ARC stands for?
Asian American Resource Center?
Asian American Resource Center?
Do you think that race is an issue at the 5 Cs?
I don't think so.
Do you believe that race is an issue at the 5 Cs?
Yeah. I feel like the 5 Cs are a pretty diverse campus. Everyone gets along with everyone. I don't see an issue with it.
I think there's not a huge amount of diversity I've noticed in my classes. So that's it's probably hard for people of other races then if they don't feel like they're represented a lot.
Do you think that Asian American students face any issues on this campus?
Yeah.
Can you maybe elaborate on that a little?
From what I know, especially multiracial students, and a lot of the times it's like, I don't know, it seems like there's a lot more emphasis on Latino students and African American students, and people kind of try to forget about it, but I think it's just as hard for anyone on this campus, so.
So you're gonna go to this new movie showing? Shades of Grace? That's pretty good.
The Asian American Research Center was founded in 1991 out of a struggle by Asian American students for resources at the 5 Claremont colleges. The work of the Asian American Research Center is driven by 3 main guiding principles: the principles of engagement, production of resources, and service.
Fundamentally, we're a retention center. How we go about that would seem a little, I don't think odd is the right word, but I think maybe a little unconventional. You know, like for example, we believe in reaching out to the community, you know, serving our community. So we have a program that goes out to Chinatown and works with Southeast Asian youth called Rise Up. We also have a very active program that works with the Tongan youth out here in Pomona. What these programs do, getting back to the point of retention, is that it gives us the ability to really kind of situate ourselves within this larger, within the larger Asian American and Pacific Islander community. I think it helps to point out some of the privilege we have as a community and some of the power that we have as a community.
So I started working at the ARC my second year here at Pomona, but I really got drawn into the ARC my first year. And I think one of the influential people was Spang. He was a sponsor. He wasn't my sponsor, but he was one of my really closest friends' sponsors, and we started talking, and he really got me radicalized and like introduced to, I guess, more leftist politics.
When like events for the Asian American Mentor Program started coming around, like, I felt like those were places I could share. Those were places I could open up. Those were places where I could trust people. And from that, after that, I took my first Asian American Studies class, my second semester, my first year. For me, that was mind-blowing. Going from AMP to Asian American Studies and then becoming an intern at the Asian American Research Center at the ARC, it just felt like I kept finding my home.
My second year, I was a mentor for the Asian American Mentor Program, which exists to support first-year AP-identified students. I helped plan events that were of a more political mindset. In the process of developing certain events like speaker panels that addressed exoticism and fetishization and Orientalism of Asian women, I had conversations with people, with professors and students from which I learned a lot. And I wanted to continue having those conversations and to continue learning, because as a chemistry major, I don't really get to have those interactions. And those are really, really fulfilling and empowering discussions to have. And I wanted to share that with other people. And so I applied to work at the ARC.
For me, although I am a script student, it's really become like a second home for me. after the Asian American Student Union at Scripps, and I think that's just because it really strives to foster a tight-knit, like, welcoming community that's really supportive to anyone and everyone who comes in.
AMP sort of started my education on social justice, and I didn't do as much work around API issues my junior year because I was abroad for half of it and I was doing an internship the first half. But during that time, like, I think I became more aware on my own and like was thinking about these issues. I sort of felt like I wanted to do something, like I was ready to do something, and so that's why I applied to the ARC. But like the good thing was that summer, the summer before this year, I was doing community organizing with API Equality LA. That was really rewarding, and I'm glad that segued really nicely into working at the ARC, because I felt like I was capable of doing things, like I could be someone who organized around these issues, and the ARC was like a really good way to continue that.
To me, the Asian American Resource Center represents like a hub for Asian American activism at the Claremont colleges. Activism defined not just in terms of doing like organizational work off campus, but also trying to politicize people on campus as well.
So there is some research that indicates that younger APIs are the most progressive group of any ethnicity of any age group. So it just means that APIs in their 20s, teens, early 30s are really the folks that are, you know, of any age group ethnicity, are just the most progressive.
I think community is one of those words that people throw around a lot, but to me it's like feeling comfortable with the people that you're with, and then feeling like the people support you, and then the space itself can support you also.
I think part of it is like comfortability and where I feel like I don't have to perform. And I think it's also there's also a sense of responsibility to community. So I feel like community is a space where I also feel like I can give something back.
I think the ARC definitely is a community that works together to, you know, as a social group, but also as a political group. On a personal level, it's really based on developing relationships that like are respectful, that are supportive, and that have like even just personal like satisfaction and growth like as part of the reasons for its existence. But it's even better when the community can like work toward a goal. I think it really unites us.
I think ultimately having that connection, you know, is going to be important in helping you get through a place like this, you know, which can be tough, you know, academically and in other ways. So
I really invested in the ARC as a space, and I know that if I hadn't found the ARC, I think I wouldn't have been as happy here at Pomona.
I mean, I have some really good friends who also work at the ARC, some of whom I've only become friends with through the ARC.
At times, you know, although we try to focus a lot outwardly towards the community and towards whoever our target groups are, but this also has to be about the people who work here as well, right? This has to be a safe space, right? A non-judgmental space, you know, a space where, you know, it's like home, you know what I mean? It's unconditional.
I don't know, I guess I just think like the ARC is really valuable both for the individuals who work there and for the campus, and I think like it would be great if people could recognize that.
Left Left him on a Tuesday, found him on a Sunday. Cried when I saw my handkerchief in his suitcase. Letter folded neatly in his pocket with my perfume. Knew that he was lying when he told me he'd be back soon. I couldn't sleep the night he left me with a promise that he'd always keep me close when the struggle got the hardest. So I wiped the tears, tied the handkerchief around me, rallied up the troops so we could find a Spanish army. It was time to stop the crying, time to start the fighting. Love was the beginning, but my people steady dying. And so I promised him the same thing. Gabriella Blast in the name of the Philippines. I can hear him in the back of my mind. He said, yeah, it can only be a matter of time. I said, studying overseas when I heard about the blast, and I knew the little girls who were killed in Alabama. It was Carol, Addie Mae, Cynthia, and Denise, and the clan.